Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne. I know we're all anxious for some really warm weather to come upon us, but I want to take one last look and appreciate the cool weather and what it has done for our spring landscape. I don't think I've ever seen bulbs blooming for so long. It's been probably 6 weeks plus in my own yard. I'm also going to take you on a little trip to my neighbor's yard, who also has a few thousand daffodils in bloom. Then take a little trip and show you some of the flowering trees that are just magnificent this spring. I'm here in the front yard as well, which is a continuation of these thousands of daffodils that you see. Again, this beautiful array of color. The lawn area is actually mixed with some spring beauties as well. There's some in the beds here as well, and I'm seeing also some lilies that will come up and replace the daffodils. This will be blooming in the summertime. I'm coming down the walk here, beautiful walk lined with the daffodils. I'm here with my neighbor Tom. And Tom, why do you like to grow daffodils?
Daffodils to me represent life. Take a bulb, plant it, and every year it just keeps coming out and getting prettier and prettier every year. That's the main reason why I like it.
That's fantastic. And again, you planted thousands of them. Your yard is beautiful at this time of the year. A couple of points to make is the fact that we have a forest canopy here, which allows light in. This will allow the bulbs to bloom and look fantastic. Then when the leaves come out, the foliage is dying back. You'll let them go almost totally brown before you cut them off, and then new plants will kind of replace them. I think you have a lot of lilies, don't you?
Yes, a lot of lilies.
Okay, so
and
they'll kind of
time, but deer eat everything, you know, and they root around, and the squirrels would dig up even the lilies.
You got it. And now the daffodils are fantastic because they are deer resistant.
That's the main reason I grow them.
You got it. Sounds great. Thanks for sharing your yard with us. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
The ornamental pear is one of the most popular plants used for spring flowering. However, I'm going to greatly discourage you against using them for the mere fact that, first of all, the flowers, even though they're pretty, do not have a good fragrance to them. They're kind of offensive, as well as the structure on the plant. The crotch angles are very narrow, and the longevity of this plant is really not long due to that fact, as well as the invasive nature of the pear. So again, I would discourage you against the ornamental pears, and a better substitute would be that of the serviceberry or the Japanese tree lilac one called ivory silk. When we think of spring flowering trees, I think magnolias are one of the favorites. This is not a tulip tree, this is a magnolia. The tulip tree is our state tree of Indiana. The magnolia has these really beautiful flowers. There are some very hardy magnolias in our area. Some that we like are Anne and Jane. And this particular one, which has been at the courthouse probably in excess of 30 years, this is our typical saucer magnolia. But I want to point this out. The spring has been so perfect with the cool temperatures that this tree is absolutely magnificent. So magnolias are really great for our area. They have a little bit of fragrance to them as well. And again, one of the spring favorites. Another wonderful spring blooming tree would be autumn brilliant serviceberry. You can see it in full bloom right now in the springtime. It also has great summer berries for the wildlife and an excellent fall color, only getting to a size of about 20 to 25 feet. Even though this looks more shrubby now, this will get pretty tall and will be multi-stem. I'm back in our tree lot, which we're just getting organized and should have in really great shape in about 3 to 4 weeks. But I want to show you a few more spring blooming trees. This is the autumn brilliant serviceberry that I showed you in the multi-stem. This is now the single stem, great alternative to any of the ornamental pears. I'm going to walk by some of the red buds, which are just getting ready to explode. This is one of the coolest, most interesting forms. It's a weeping redbud called Covey, and this is going to have green leaves after these brilliant purple flowers. It's only about 8 foot by 8 foot. Fantastic plant. This is also very unique. This is a redbud, but it's a white flowering redbud, and it's going to get about 20 to 25 feet tall and wide. And then we'll kind of sneak in here, and this is more of our traditional redbud. which would have those more violet fuchsia flowers on them. Again, a great spring blooming plant, 20-25 feet tall. So thank you for joining Wednesdays with Wayne, sponsored by Niemeyer's Landscape Supply. And remember, beautiful landscapes start here.